Welcome back. Now, there is an interesting case that is going through Papua New Guinea's parliament at the moment about allegations of corruption involving Australia. Joining us live for more on this is Shane McLeod from the Lowy Institute. Shane, thank you for your time. Now, it's the Prime Minister of Papua New Guinea, James Marape, who's backing a full investigation into this company, Horizon. Can you tell us a bit more about it?
Yeah, this is a case that's been reported in the Australian media, particularly the Financial Review's been digging into this transaction that stems back to 2011 when Horizon Oil, listed on the ASX, was involved in a gas licence in PNG. It had some issues with that licence being revoked and then reissued. And according to the reports that we've seen in the Australian media, there was a company linked to a PNG government minister that ended up a stakeholder in that project, and then that stake was bought out. Now, the allegation is that the minister benefited from that transaction. We've seen Horizon has stood aside its CEO while it investigates that. From the reports, we see also the AFP has access to some of the documents about that. But this issue has been going on a couple of weeks and didn't really get a lot of traction in PNG until Parliament yesterday, when we saw some comments from PNG's Prime Minister James Marape saying he does seek Australia's help to dig into this and says it's something that he wants a full report on.
Because we do know that corruption is really rife in Papua New Guinea. Why has this issue come so much to the forefront of the Prime Minister Marape's mind?
Well, it's taken a little while. At the moment, Mr Marape has been trying to act on promises he made to crack down on corruption. He successfully introduced legislation yesterday which provides protection for whistleblowers in PNG. That went through Parliament yesterday. And he also has legislation to set up a new anti-corruption body similar to the New South Wales ICAC. That's now been presented to Parliament. It'll go to a parliamentary committee. So he says he's acting on it, and it's coincided with the reports of this transaction from 2011. But it does affect a senior minister in his cabinet, and that minister is still in cabinet, and there doesn't seem to be any prospect that William Duma would be stepping aside in the short term, even though Mr Marape has said he does want a full report into this particular case.
It comes at a really interesting time with Australia's relationship with Papua New Guinea. It's really critical geographically, where it is just right above the tip of Queensland. We've got investment from the Defence Force. There's going to be a joint base with the United States there, and the increasing influence of China. How much do these commercial cases influence our ability to hold our presence in the region?
There's a lot going on at the moment with oil and gas developments in PNG. There's a couple of projects that are on the drawing board, which negotiations with PNG's government have really stalled at the moment. So some people are actually seeing these reports from Australia over a 2011 transaction as some sort of outside influence trying to destabilise those negotiations. I don't think there's necessarily much to that. I think it just illustrates some of the challenges, I guess, for businesses seeking to operate in PNG, and the dangers, I guess, of going into negotiations and leaving yourself open to difficult situations like this. There was an editorial in the Financial Review last week that pointed out that this type of thing does undermine perceptions of Australia and undermines Australian foreign policy when there are allegations of corruption involving Australian companies.
Certainly a very difficult place to do business. Shane McLeod from the Lowy Institute, thank you for your time.
Thanks, Annalise.